Hey, welcome to the Thoughts and Theories podcast. I have no clue what episode this is. I really don't. It's like 14th or 15th episode, whatever the case may be. Welcome to my podcast. If this is your first time, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, which basically where I'm primarily doing a podcast and whatnot, please visit my YouTube channel at Thoughts and Theories. And to find the exact right channel, make sure all you have to do is go to chrisative.com. It's spelled KRISATIVE.com. And that's literally on my website, and basically it'll link you to like everything that's going on to my YouTube channel, whatnot, to my podcast on audio. If you're probably in your car or you're at work, and obviously you can't watch YouTube because you don't have YouTube Premium, or you probably didn't even know YouTube Premium existed. YouTube Premium basically gives you additional features such as you can close your phone like an MP3 player, like it's Pandora or anything. You can listen to it with your screen closed in your pocket. But then that's another monthly subscription, which people ain't trying to pay for because people are not already paying for their Netflix subscription. So I can completely understand and whatnot. So basically, you can listen to it on various streaming apps, such as Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Play. There's also the Anchor app, which I recommend because of the fact that is the app allows me to upload the audio to and put my podcasts on free that actually distributes it out to all those apps, other podcast streaming platforms that I did mention, and the ones I didn't even mention because there's so many of them. But yes, that's what you can tune into. And also, if you visit chrisative.com, there's also going to be at the very bottom, there's going to be a link that shows it's going to show actually my website, my merch. I have a store that actually sell shirts at. I'm actually going to show you briefly right now what it looks like. Let me visit it right now so I can show you what it looks like. Bam, 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 bam. chrisative.com. All right, so if you go to chrisative.com, it looks exactly like this. And if you're not watching this podcast on my YouTube, sorry you're missing out. But it's literally a website, and the very bottom shows you. You just click on my merch, and it just takes you to my store. As you see here, bam, bam, bam. Yeah, I sell shirts and stuff. They're very cool shirts and stuff like that. I have a Twitter page, Instagram page, and obviously this YouTube page. So follow me on those platforms. It'll mean the world to me, and I'll love you very much for doing so. So yeah, that's it with that. So today we're going to get into the podcast, and the podcast is talking about how to start winning in life. And the reason why I titled it How to Start Winning instead of How to Win in Life, because I realize life is always constantly in motion. Say God is this energy. We're made up of energy, and everything is energy. Energy can't be created nor destroyed. It just could be transferred and stuff like that. If I'm saying that quote correctly, if not, please correct me. Oh yeah, by the way, before I continue that thought, the reason why you want to jump on the live streams on my YouTube is because of the fact of this. When I'm recording these podcasts live on YouTube, they're all not going to be live, but for most part, I'm going to do stuff live because of the fact that in the middle of the podcast, when you think of a podcast, you're listening to something that's pre-recorded, right? That you had no chance to really interact in it while it was going on, but to respond to it after the fact that it happened. But the reason why I do live is while these podcasts are going on, you guys are able to comment, on the YouTube. If you're watching it as I'm recording live on YouTube, right? You actually get comments in it, and you can change the narrative. Meaning, if I'm talking about something I'm wrong on air, you can correct me right then and there if you're actually listening to it live and stuff like that. But I haven't come up with an exact time. I'm actually gonna be recording these podcasts every day. That will come on a later date when I am actually work out my working situation. I have a job right now, so I work from 8 to 5 in the morning. I obviously want to do the podcast in the morning, but can't really because of work and whatnot and stuff like that. So I'm gonna work out a routine where I could probably start recordings maybe at night and stuff like that. Whatever the case may be, I want to give like a normal time so you guys know when to jump on and don't miss out on the live. You guys can leave your comments and stuff in the live chat and stuff. So if you're watching YouTube and you see me looking to my right and looking down, it's because I'm actually reading the comments, so you get to interact with me. So this podcast literally can be bigger just than me. I can have multiple people at one time, responding to comments and stuff like that, because I really do think interaction is the best action there is, right? You know, so yes, so go back to the point, how to start winning life. So when we look at life and we want to win in life, we ask so many different questions. I look at win as something that happened. So I won. What did you win? I won this hour or something ago. It's talking about something in the past, but we forget that life continues to go on. Life is something that keeps moving whether we're participating or not. And the funny thing about it is that I have to remember that we are human beings, not human bens, not human bens, because B-E bens as in BEEN, right? Stating something in past. I was listening to a podcast from Heartway Church by Pastor Danny Prada. Shout out to them. You guys should follow them at Heartway Church. They have a podcast on Apple, Podbean, they have an IG channel. So he was just literally talking about, the funny thing is that there's only now, I'm like butchering it, but there's only now, time is basically how we keep track of sequences, differentiate between the past, present, and the future, right? So literally right now, so this second right now, it's just in the past, right? So the seconds that just happened moments ago is now the past, and a lot of us spend our time focused on the past. A lot of us spend our time focused too much on the future and not enjoying that space that we're actually in, which is now. So have you ever been like, somewhere and you felt like you weren't there? Like you were physically there, but mentally you were somewhere else. It's kind of because you're like living in the past future. And the best scenario I could put with that is your job. So think about your job, right? A lot of us, when we go and work, we already mentally clock out. We already mentally clock out probably to be on vacation, or think, I can't wait to get home to do nothing, to chill, because chilling is better than being here, right? And I completely understand that thought, right? So this podcast, this episode, I want to talk about us getting back on a path where wherever we are physically, let our mind be there as well, so we can be one where we are. So wherever you are, there you are. So this podcast is about bringing awareness, about being present wherever you are physically, right? And stuff like that. Instead of being somewhere physically, but your mind is somewhere else, whether it be the past or futures in the clouds, wherever la am. So I think the first step in life, and first step in anything, any games or anything like that, is that you have to understand. You have to understand what game you're playing and how the rules are to it. Life is not a game, but I'm using the metaphor, the comparison, the illustration of a game to make you understand how things play out. Like, for instance, basketball. If you don't know the rules to the game, then you'll be traveling all the time, because you have to dribble the ball. You can't be carrying it. It's not football. You have to put the ball in the hole to score points to win. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like most of my life I've been like walking through life not knowing the rules to the games, and now I'm being awakened to the rules, and like seeing what there is. I don't fully understand them to the T, and I think life is never meant to be fully understood, but it has been meant to be fully experienced, right? So you'll never fully understand stuff, because that's what God, or if you want to call God the universe, or the Almighty, the All Powerful, all that is, that's everything. Whatever you define God as, God, just call God God for me, because it's pretty easy way to name God, even though God has no name, they say. But anyways, that's a whatever. So I forgot the point is. Oh yeah. So life is not meant to be fully understood, but to be fully experienced. And what I mean by that, instead of trying to be there and figure everything out, you have to embrace what you're getting out of it and experience it. In a sense like that. Oh my gosh, I lost the train of thought, and it was pretty good. So, oh yeah, it's all about the process. A lot of times you see successful people when they win a Super Bowl and stuff like this. Like, this is great, but I enjoy the process of obtaining whatever prize. I've gotten more than actually getting the prize, because the process, they realize, man, that process, well, that process, I wouldn't have obviously got the prize I was seeking for, but it showed me who I am, allowed me to transform to become a better person, right? So I go through life, and I grew up on life. Batman is my favorite, one of my favorite heroes in the DC and Marvel. It's Black Panther, just because, oh my gosh, he's like the black version of Batman. and he's a king, and he's better, and he's wise and stuff like that. Also, anyways, so Batman, he spends a lot of his time sitting down, studying things, understand things, how they work in and out. No matter if the guy odds up against him, he always know there is a way to win. It's just gonna require him to be uncomfortable, accept the hard truths about things, but still roll with the punches anyway. Because he's one of the most dangerous people in the DC. But guess what? This man got no powers at all. He has a lot of money. He has no powers at all. He doesn't even fear Superman and all the other people like all these powers because he's a mind over matter type of guy, right? So like growing up and learning, watching Batman, I realized that, man, reason why I probably keep failing in life and not happy with life because I'm not gonna sit back and understand the rules and stuff and how stuff works because I realize complaining, stressing out does not add a single hour to your life. It doesn't. So for those who out there complain, I'm gonna tell you this: complaining doesn't do anything with your life. It addresses that there's something wrong, but the thing that you're complaining about being wrong is never going to turn into a right unless you're willing to take an action and do it. Unfortunately, society has taught us to be great complainers. To speak complaining is a fluent language here in the U.S. It's teach us how to speak complaining so fluently, but apply no action. They taught us how to be philosophers, thinkers, and stuff like that. Thinkers, but not how to take action. It's cool to think everything, but as long as you don't apply any action to those thoughts, is that they say the cemetery is one of the richest places on earth. Why? Because all people's dreams and goals, it's just buried with them there. So taking action. The reason why you want to take action because whenever you take action with something, you come to a conclusion. You get the experience. You get to grow. You get to learn whether it worked or it didn't work. You don't have to worry about regretting anymore because you did it. And you don't have to worry about, oh, I wonder how this would turn out. Regret not doing. There's really no regret in a sense unless you're doing something bad that's obviously bad. But the thing is, when is talking about something you won in the past, but winning talks about you're in a state of you've reached your goal, but the journey doesn't stop. It keeps going. It keeps going. It talks winning. So the title of this video, this podcast, how to start winning in life. Meaning, have I figured out the formula how to win in life? Nope. Because like I said earlier, because life's meant to be experienced and not to be not meant to have all the answers to, if that makes sense, right? So this formula I want to give out is just teach you guys just how can I get on the path to start winning, because I haven't figured out itself, but it's the stuff that I'm learning because I'm starting to experience life in some shape or form capacity, no matter how small it is. I ran into this guy yesterday picking up this pizza from this place, like this vegan raw place. It's in Pompano. They're in the Festival Flea Market. It's off of Sample and Powerline, west of Powerline, off of Sample, just right before you go over the bridge over the turnpike. And this is literally the flea market for old people. Like, this is the place where old people go, the mall for them. I'm not playing. But this place is open every day, and there's a raw vegan place in there that open every day from like 8 to 5:30ish, whatnot. So there's a pizza I go to get. As I go in there, I run in there and my friend, she's there. I'm like, oh my gosh, before I even came through the door, I was like, it'll be funny if she happens to be there. And long and behold, guess who was there? She was there. Her name was Chantel, amazing woman, love her. Shout out to you, Chantel. And then she was with a friend, and he was just talking about what he does. I was like, oh yeah, I have the day off of work right now, but I'm actually doing deliveries for Postmate, Uber Eats, DoorDash stuff in between jobs. So while I have the day off with pay, I'm making money. So making money while I'm making money and stuff like that. Trying to take advantage of opportunities. Like, yeah, man. He's like, and the guy would just start doing a rant before he starts talking. I was like, let me order my pizza while I was getting made. I come back. So I ordered it, came back. He was talking about, you don't understand how, like, if you haven't noticed, all we do here is work. And it seems like not right, not natural and stuff like that. He was like, if you think about it, Chris, well, he didn't know my name, but if you think about it, if you look at the birds, they do not at all work for food, because he was saying that farming is something that's man-made too, because if you look at the birds, like the animals, period, they don't farm or anything. Nature provides, aka God provides. He provides food, He was talking about jobs. He's like, man, jobs didn't really exist either. If you think about it, this is stuff is like man-made and stuff like that. We work all the time. We were made to really be chill and like, if you think about in the Bible, it didn't really say that much about Adam having like so much to do in regards to work. He was to have dominion over the animals and stuff like that. But even if you think of like, I'm going off topic here. So, but even if you think about it, Adam, all he had to do was name the animals, eat from any fruit and tree of the field, and like just be in the garden, enjoy life, to experience it, you know, have time to make friends and stuff like that, spend time with Eve and stuff like that. There was really nothing in the Bible that I saw that says he had a job, but obviously when they disobeyed God, got kicked out of the garden, and then the job came. And then, I think the fact when man makes the mistake that, oh, I need to have all the answer. If not, I'm just going to be the answer and figure it out for myself, right? That's when we start to fall into trouble, because think about it, then farming and all this stuff came about, jobs and stuff came about. But if you look at jobs, we spend all our time and energy to work just to get by. And the money we make is not even enough. And the people who are in the controls of the jobs, these business owners, CEOs, they're in a sense living their life. And a lot of times they're really not doing anything, but they're making all this money, right? Honestly, money is really of no value, but it's of value because we say it is, because we live in a society where we're about just trying to attain stuff and get stuff and be about ourselves and stuff like that, which I don't like. But point is, he was just talking about, which is pretty eye-opening. He was saying, Chris, you know that in Ghana and Africa right now, if you go back, as long as you're African American, you're black, my skin color, right? You can go back there, and then they'll literally pay for you to live there. They're like, it's like a refugee. They're paying for refugees. Anybody who's African in the world come there, and they're starting to trying to build back up Africa and stuff like that. And stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's cool, man. Man, you're not having to worry about bills and stuff, because he goes on and talks about other countries. You look at Norway. I forgot the other, like, I forgot the other countries where I've seen posts from time to time says in those countries, Medicare is free, college is free, people work like 17 hours a day, they're all about family. Yes, taxes are higher. That's the rebuttal Americans will have. Oh my gosh, you pay more in taxes. But think about it. If they're paying for your school, they're paying for when mothers get pregnant and stuff like that, maternity leave, they want you to spend time with your family, Medicare is free, and like basically everything else is free and taken care of it. You're not stressed about money. I wouldn't worry about paying more in taxes, because guess what? Everything else is basically being paid for. So you're just saying about the quality of living is way better over there because they're family first opposed to dollar first. Over here in America, we're dollar first instead of family first. And we see how that's progressively put us back. Families been split apart, people spending more time at their jobs, trying to make ends meet to, I guess, pay for enough money to fulfill this image of the status of living in this country and stuff like that. All that stuff like that. In the back of my mind, I always felt like there is something that's not right. I don't know what it is, but when it becomes apparent to me, when it becomes visible, when I can see it, when I wake up to it, I'm like, I knew it. And I feel that's what I am like right now. Obviously, you hear the cliche so much. You're in the year 2020. Oh my gosh, 2020 vision. I can see clearly. I really feel like this is a year, that's I've decided to start winning, because I changed my mindset to the fact that as long as you're living and breathing and stuff like that, you have a chance, an opportunity, especially if you're in the US, you have the opportunity to make something of yourself, thinking about the adventure of the internet and make the playing field more level, because obviously in America, they say the Caucasian has a better chance of winning, which obviously in a sense is true, than the black person. But because of the internet, it allows you to like be open to the stuff we're hitting off before, sheltered from. Because like growing up, I used to think Africa, everybody was poor, no one knew about technology, they didn't know what electricity is and stuff like that. But turns out they got electricity, they can dance over there too, they can sing over there, they have stuff that we have over here, and stuff like that, thanks to the internet, and stuff like that. So stuff that I probably would have been blinded to if it wasn't for the internet, I've become awakened to, like the opportunities of making money, making money. We were taught to go to school, get good grades, get a good job. I think that actually came out of fairy tale book and stuff like that. But we have to realize as times change, things with those times change as well. Meaning transportation changed, right? Back in the day, everybody used to walk. They called it Tom and Jerry, the left foot chasing after the right, left, right, left, right. And then obviously domestication of horses came about, right? So it went from walking to horses, right? The horses, you get a lot further, right? Same time, but you get a lot further. And then obviously you have like railroads and stuff like that, locomotives and cars. And you get a lot further in a car than on a horse. So imagine if you had the mindset, oh, walking is only a means of transportation. I'm trying to go to New York, and I just didn't know about cars, right? Imagine if you knew about cars, how much time it would have took you to get to New York, or airplanes after cars, airplanes. So think about it. It takes less than a day to get to New York in an airplane, but in the walking, probably talking about a month, 2 months. It just puts us behind so much. So the same concept I'm explaining there, I'm trying to add to every area of life, such as health, health, I think has always been the same, that really didn't have to change anything. It was more so of not trying to replace what already didn't have to be replaced. Meaning, the Bible talks about the herbs of the land will heal the nations, heal the sick, and stuff like that. Meaning, God provides. Basically, I look at that passage and summarize it as God provides. You know, He gave us the herbs to heal us and cure us from any disease and stuff like that. Hippocrates, he healed people with herbs and not chemicals, right? But we ventured away from that because, as men, we sometimes, a lot of times, tend to get bored and want to put our stamp and our name on it, and like um evolve certain things that shouldn't be evolved. So we should have left the food, the plant, vegetation alone. I think the only thing we need to learn more about when it comes to that is learning more of the varieties, right? So not trying to evolve or reinvent that will, because that will was never broken. We create our own will, which turns out we can duplicate, because a perfect circle can't be duplicated. God created that circle. We can't really duplicate it. We try to duplicate it, but it still has corners that we cut ourselves on, right? So the same thing, but that's something where an area that we should stay stagnant in the sense of not trying to recreate the world, but learning more about it. When it comes to money, though, however, money is something we created. So that's something that's continuing to grow. So there's forms of ways to make money, right? A lot of us are taught to go to school, get grades, get a good job, right? But back then, even before that, people could finish high school, go to trade school, learn a trade, and the trade will pay them just as enough. So college was not even a mandatory thing back then. It was something that was for certain people or not, but now when they took all the trades all away, now it's just, oh, look, that's college is the only way out. And college is honestly the only way to really the quickest way to get in debt, because it doesn't guarantee anything but literally debt and stuff like that. But then with the invention of internet, a lot of us are sleeping on it, but some of us are waking up to it. The fact that people are making money on the internet, people making 6-7 figures using YouTube, playing video games, people making money delivering food for people, like anything you can think of, that someone area that people are getting lazy in, somebody's come up with an idea to capitalize off of it. People make money trading currencies, just name it. People make money doing anything. People make money selling water. Eventually they're going to be making money selling air. The point of it is, you have to be with the times. You cannot expect to be the Flintstones trying to win in the age of the Jetsons. You will lose, right? So we have to learn how to have the Jetson mindset, always continue to learn and grow in the areas of which that concept fits in and has context with that's right with that. It's congruent with that, right? So in order to win, you have to first know the game you're in, right? First, the game of life. You have to know what game you're in and know how to play it. And then when you learn how to play it, understand that success leaves clues. Anything that's successful in life requires a lot of patience. So patience is the first thing you must have. Patience and ability, while you're patient, to never give up. So perseverance. So being able to be patient, but to not give up, to just keep hanging on, not giving up. 3, the ability to keep learning. Because a lot of us are taught to train that after high school, maybe college, we stop learning. We're set. No. If you have that mindset, you're in the win mindset, not the winning. Because you can win for a time, but the difference between a team that wins and a team that's winning is a team that wins once upon a time. A team that's winning is currently winning still. So you want to have that winning mindset, not the win, the winning one that keeps growing, so you never stop the winning streak. All right. So first, you want to have patience. 2, persevere. 3, obviously with the hard working. So patience with the hard work equals to perseverance. Doing that. 4, like keep learning, like I was saying and stuff like that. I'm messing up this order of numbers, but you want to keep learning. You want to be patient with it. You want to not give up, understanding that you don't know when the things are going to go right for you, but just knowing it will. So never bet on money. One thing I'm learning today that I have to expand more on is like never bet your success on money or anything else. Always bet success on hard work and perseverance. So the intangibles, the stuff that we can't like buy. You can't, like, in a sense, buy hard work. You can't buy 2 hours of hard work and stuff like that, right? Like I can't just give you 2 hours of work. I have to actually do it. I can't give no one patience. I just have to be patient, and stuff like that. These are intangible things that are characteristics of human beings. So you have to have those qualities right there. And because winning actually is becoming more easier with the fact of the internet being able to leverage, not the fact that you don't have to be everywhere. You can actually do everything via online. New things are always popping out and stuff like that. People are getting lazier and stuff like that. So I look at all that. So start winning. It basically starts in the mindset, because all intangibles are characteristics. Characteristics is a trait of the mind, right? So understanding that you are the only you that existed, that the thing that might be success for you differs. So understanding that everybody doesn't think the same. So success means different things to different people, right? Success for one person is as long as I have a roof over my head, can provide for my family, enjoy their time together. That's success for me. So you're not probably might be so ambitious about running a business, but success someone else is like, I want to be able to not worry about the word bills again, and not only that, be able to give back to people and put them in the same position where I don't have to worry about bills myself, right? Themselves. That might be winning too. So first, understanding what your goals are. 2, putting yourself in the position of vehicle. So find out where your dreams and goals like. So if you never want to have a boss again, and you want to live in a nice place, have a nice car, you have to understand what vehicle you can get there. By vehicle, I mean your means of income. Are you going to probably work a job? Probably not, because there's not that many people that I know that work jobs that doesn't have to worry about what time I have to wake up, doesn't have to worry about looking at how much, or speak the language of, how much that costs, or, stuff like that. Or they rather speak the language of, do you want this credit card or that card, stuff like that. So it's like understanding what you want in life, then understanding what actually can get you there. So you have to be honest with yourself about it. You can't be naive, because a lot of people can be naive about it. Like, I want this, and that. I want to live in a mansion, drive a Rolls Royce, go on vacation basically all year, and I'm gonna do that by working at McDonald's. In the history of Everton, I've never seen nobody at McDonald's have that lifestyle. So you have to be realistic about the vehicle that's actually going to get you there, and then find somebody who's been there, right? The best way to do it, the quickest shortcut is doing it right. So find somebody, a mentor, somebody that's been there, or and then ask them and drill them with questions on how they got there, right? And they can help you, whether they help you or not. But then again, another thing is go to the most freest school that you can go to right now. There's a university you're probably enrolled in right now. You probably don't know what it is, but that university is called Google University, YouTube University. YouTube, you literally can type in anything on YouTube, how to make $100 a day, or how to fix this part in your car. And there's a video of someone on the internet that put a video out about what you're looking for. So literally YouTube, Google is a free school, because Google owns YouTube. It's a free school. All you need to, a free school. All you need to do to be enrolled in it is have a Gmail, which anybody can make in a couple minutes, right? So first, understand the mindset. Change up your mindset, and once you change your mindset, make a decision on that. Once you make a decision on that, allow that decision to turn into action. That's the most important thing. Because if you have a mindset like, I'm gonna do this, and do this, talk is cheap. A lot of people talk. They say passion fades, habits endure. Like, you can be excited about this. Oh my, this year's gonna be so great. Do this, do that. But if you never actually act on it, it's nothing. Passion fades. It dies out. Habits endure, because your habit you probably have now is one of unsuccessful not getting me to where I want to be. That's the mindset, because that's probably what you were programmed on. Unfortunately, I was, and I still like that too, but I'm deciding to switch out of that, right? Starting this podcast, doing this podcast, this is one of my goals to do, right? To connect people, to realize we're all the same. We're all the same. We're different and unique individually, but we're this. We all have similar same thoughts and whatnot. Build a community of people who likes to uplift and build people up and stuff like that. Like all that stuff, these are goals I have, but these goals are not going to come true if I'm not acting on it, which I'm doing right now. This very podcast is testimony to starting to win, because I'm doing something, that's helping me win and helping me get focused like this. So, yeah. So if I can give you the steps concretely, is one, first, change your mindset. Two, change your mindset that you want to start winning, and winning means constant action. Two, ask yourself what action you have to do. Three, understanding that this is not something built overnight in Rome. Four, find a vehicle that's going to get you there. Five, surround yourself with people. Or you could just take one of those 5 steps I said and mix them around, vice versa. But just know that winning only happens if you're constantly in action. You're doing something. You're taking steps, that helps you get towards that goal or dream you have. But if you do nothing, it means nothing. So I just wanted to leave you guys with that today. And yes, I do have some episodes coming up about the 7 most inspirational things leading to this year, which I'm gonna get back on that series. But I just wanted to do this video first to just talk about how to start winning in life. And the thing is, winning is such a big, broad thing. It's different for everybody. So definitely, if you enjoyed this video, this podcast, wherever platform you are on listening to us, please leave a like, follow me on it, as well as if you're on a YouTube channel, please share this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification so you never miss out on alerts when I drop new content, which my goal is to be posting stuff eventually every day, right? Yeah, and definitely check out my merch store at chrisative.com. It should be in the description of wherever you listen to, or if it's not, it's K as in Chris. Well, no, K as in name. My name is Chris, but K as in Klondike, or K as in kite. So KRISATIVE.com. It's Chris with a K and the word creative put together. And you can scroll to the very bottom, you'll see my merch. The first button you'll pass, like the ways to follow me and to listen to my podcast. Download the Anchor app as well to listen to my podcast. It's completely free. The reason why you want to download that app, it'll allow you to actually, it's spelled ANCHOR. It's like a purple app in the Apple Store. Or you can just go to chrisative.com and hit listen, and it'll bring up the Anchor, the podcast from Anchor. You can download it from there. It allows you to leave me voice message that you can send to me, and I can play them back to answer any questions you have. If you're listening to podcasts from a YouTube channel, feel free to leave a comment under this video, and I'll respond to you as soon as I can, right? Other than that, I thank you so much. Definitely can't wait for what's more in store for this year, and what else, other things we're going to be doing with this podcast. But other than that, that's it. I'm Chris with a K, and I'm out. Thank you so much for being awesome and tuning in. Peace, love, and hair grease. Wait, peace, love, and no, I don't do hair grease. I don't know. I think of a better outro than that. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. Till next time.